Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this is a video about a journey to find love. It's actually section 8 of our April 2021 Star Wheel Astrology and Healing newsletter. And so I'm telling you about a love astrology reading which you can buy, coupled with a couple of audio journeys to help you find love. There's a journey to find love, and there's also a journey to help us perceive and heal our blocks to love. It's been piloted and the results are successful, so I'm going to tell you about it. So the key questions are, do you want to understand your love issues? Do you want to find love? Do you want to heal your blocks to love? So when you buy a love astrology reading from me, you can also buy these very special add-on audio journeys. Now, my love astrology reading can be for an individual or a couple. And you can order, if you're ordering as an individual, you can order a 60-minute astrology reading, a 90-minute or 120. But if it's a couple relationship astrology, you need to order the 120-minute astrology reading. And to do that, you go to my Star Wheel Astrology buy page. So the reading I give you is quite detailed and expert. I've been offering these services for many years and studied widely and deeply. So first of all, the reading will work with you to identify your love scripts, and then work with you to identify your barriers to love. And actually I bring quite an extensive repertoire of different types of astrological love analysis to this work. And it's offered to both individuals and couples, and it includes the following approaches. Well, I'm very highly trained in both psychodynamic Western astrology and also Vedic astrology, and each of those offer quite sound and extensive statements of love profile. What are our love scripts? I also bring in key analysis from Nakshatras. Nakshatras are, believe me, the awesomely powerful and accurate and wonderful lunar zodiac of Vedic astrology, the 27 lunar signs, and they are a supreme statement of our psychological self, our emotionally based consciousness, and our relationship issues. And in particular, using Nakshatras, well, of course, I offer the Vedic Astrology Ashtakuta system. Now, this majors on comparisons of the moons of a couple. It needs, many add-on methods, but it is a central statement of your nesting issues. And I also offer Ashtakuta comparison of each of your other planets as well, because sometimes a couple might not have that high a moon-to-moon rating, but they might have a supremely high Jupiter to Jupiter rating, and their fascination and commitment to spirituality can be the core, centre and backbone of their relationship. I do add on, of course, an analysis of Mars issues. There's the Mars Ashtakuta system, which can be very overstated in India, but does say which of the couple is more Martian and dominating than the other, or is there a balance? And indeed, obviously, Mars can figure in the standard identification of barriers to love. Mars-Saturn, for example, is a very difficult one because it can bring a permanent discontent to the person. And they can tend to sort of blame it on the partner and say, it's your fault I'm angry, whereas in fact it's their script. And so it can be so helpful to have that identified, and this helps the person, oh, that's happening again, and I won't go down that route. Another major impediment to love is actually Saturn conjunct Venus, which can put a cold hand on the expression and showing of love. And so it can be helpful to the person to have that pointed out. But of course, on the plus side, such a person wants commitment in love. So I also do the super crucial cross-analysis of Rashi charts and Navamsha chart. That's Vedic birth chart to Navamsha chart. What is the Navamsha chart? Okay, it's one of the Vedic Astrology add-on divisional charts, which are called Varga charts. And the ninth harmonic chart, called the Navamsha, is supremely important to our understanding our incarnation here, because it majors on statement of our past life issues that we come into with this life, on our relationship issues, and it also offers an identification of our ideal ashram, the ideal mode of life that would suit us and that we can move towards in this incarnation, in this life. And it is so valuable to compare the birth chart of one partner with the Navamsha of the other, the Navamsha of the first partner with the birth chart of the other. So these are just a few examples of the really in-depth love astrology I offer. I don't much go on the Western astrology computer-generated love analyses. They are pretty unhelpful with their endless list of statements. I believe and hope I offer that something very centred and grounded and accurate. I also include past life influences and evolutionary astrology. I certainly major on Chiron for each of the couple. And of course the effect of the outer planets' placement as well, natal and predictive. A speciality is I offer detailed analysis of chart aspect shapes within the psychodynamic Western chart for each person. It is quite amazing what you can discover about the personality, about each of our personalities, looking at the chart aspect shapes within our Western chart. And indeed, using psychodynamic astrology, I use the wonderful Megastar program. I can also give you a wonderful statement of nature versus nurture issues. Are we the product of our nature, our inherited nature, or are we the product of our earliest nurture environment? This is the nature versus nurture issue. And of course the answer is we're the product of both. But it's so helpful to see the way the earliest nurture environment will often massively reshape our nature, sometimes with positive gifts, sometimes with loads of problems. It's so useful to hear that statement in matters of love. Of course, I analyse Venus and Mars issues with a couple and with an individual, if it's an individual reading. Plus, of course, detailed analysis of the person's sun, moon and ascendant, including the Nakshatras, the lunar signs of Vedic astrology that the sun, moon and ascendant fall in. It's quite amazing what you can know about a person before you even meet them if you look at the sun, moon and ascendant nakshatras. You'll know so much about their consciousness and behaviour. The same is true if you look at their Atmakarika planet, the soul indicator, the missed step from past life that takes on a special prominence in this life. I can bring in the issue of timing too, including, of course, the use of the magnificent, super powerful Vedic predictive periods, the dashas. And the dashas indeed have sub-periods and sub-sub-periods. And they are more powerful than transits, but in a background way, whereas the transits are more in the foreground of our consciousness, of our life events and so forth. So I do say that this is relationship astrology at its most informed. And of course, during the reading, always there's a focus towards approaches of healing and empowerment. And then after your reading, I send you the 2 audios. So audio 1 is a journey to find love, and it's certainly gone down very well and worked. Audio 2 is a journey to encounter and identify your barriers to love. And I do suggest that the person does each of those journeys 3 times after the reading, but in fact alternating from one to the other, to find love first, to identify barriers to love, and so forth through 3 repetitions of the pair. So, you can order your reading plus your add-on journeys by going to my Star Wheel Astrology Buy page. And the link for that is in the YouTube description just below. And I very much look forward to our genuine, caring, healing and love-shining work together. Thank you.